All right, welcome back. Now, before I get started with this live stream, I need a favor. I need to ask everyone a favor. What is the Whitney Houston song that was sampled that I just played? I can't think of it, and I would like to listen to it. Some old Whitney Houston music. So if you could help me out, please. I love Whitney Houston. It was used in this sample on a Ninth Wonder beat, and I cannot find out the actual song that he got that from. Now, I want to get into the wacky world of dogs, dog culture, once again, and do my usual. And I'm making my case why they should be banned. I'm always making that case. I never stop fighting to make that case. We need to ban all of them. But if I cannot be granted that wish, then I want certain breeds banned. And if I can't get that, I'm going to just keep complaining. Now, this story broke a couple days ago. I just got around to seeing this video, I think yesterday. And I'm going to show it to you. Some of you might remember a similar story. Look at the headline. 7 dogs belonging to Brownsville couple accused of keeping child in a cage rescued from the home. Already, many of you have deja vu. Already. This is not the first type of story like this. Keep that in mind if you don't remember the previous stories.
Owners were taken to new on 11/11. More than half a dozen pit bulls rescued days after their owners were taken to jail. That couple is accused of zip tying their 6-year-old daughter and putting her in a dog cage.
Zip tying their daughter and then putting her in a cage? What does that mean? You zip tied her. So you put her in a bag with a zip seal? What? I first heard that. I'm like, I stopped the video. I'm like, because they moved right along. I'm like, no, wait, what?
Half a dozen pit bulls rescued days after their owners were taken to jail. That couple is accused of zip tying their 6-year-old daughter and putting her in a dog cage. Channel 11's Rich Pierce is in Brownsville Township. He spoke with the property owner and the Fayette County District Attorney, and they say this should never have happened.
The district attorney tells us those dogs should have been removed days ago, but they weren't. And since then, the homeowner has actually been taking care of them out of his own pocket, begging for some help. And finally, this evening, he has it.
Nobody's been here. I'm the only one that's been taking care.
So the parents who zip tied their daughter and put her in a dog cage, they were the owners of 7 pit bulls. And the pit bulls remained at the residence after the parents were arrested. So that's what this story is about. Okay, I assume.
He has it.
Nobody's been here. I'm the only one that's been taking care of them.
Tim Cole owns this.
So the owner has come to take care of the dogs while the tenants are gone.
Home on Sheridan Avenue. He's been
Did y'all see that home?
home on Sheridan Avenue.
Okay.
He's been feeding, watering, and walking 7 pit bulls left behind by Mimi Frost and Jacob Waite.
I'll be honest with you, if I wasn't a dog lover, I wouldn't do it.
The animal
Yeah, I bet you wouldn't. Well, you probably would. But the story here is how they treated their daughter. You zip-tied her and put her in a dog cage. Where were the dogs while your daughter was in the cage? Oh, the dogs were running. They were free. We've heard this before. I've shared more than one story like this, where the parents, you know, the ones who made it a culture to talk about how much they hate their offspring and how much dogs are better, they would lock their young ones in a cage, a dog cage. All right.
animals living in what Cole describes as inhumane conditions.
It's like the dogs are walking around on a landfill, but the landfill don't have as much poop in it. This definitely is not my responsibility, and
What in the world? This is not even his family. I wouldn't even do this for a family member. This was just some people who now can't even pay rent. And the owner comes and decides to take care of those dogs? Okay. The wacky dog world.
I like the dogs more than I like the tenants. That's for sure.
He's right, says Fayette County District Attorney Mike Auble. Auble says the defendants were supposed to make arrangements, but never did.
We should have made that happen by now, and we didn't.
Auble tried entering the house with Cole, but couldn't. One dog bit his pants, ripping them below the knee.
I'm okay. It's okay. You just got a little excited.
Yeah, just got a little excited. Yeah, and taking a swipe at someone with a deadly object. That's just what you do when you get excited, huh? See, y'all been pushing this behavior of dogs as normal. And that's been a huge problem. Pushing the way that these things behave as normal. It's not normal in any way whatsoever. This level of aggression is not normal. And because it's not normal, it should be unaccepted. It is unacceptable. But we need to stop tolerating it. We got to stop putting up with this. Do you want to feed and pamper the same creatures to show this abnormal level of aggression?
I'm going to make whatever calls I need to, and I'm going to stay here with Mr. Cole as long as I need to. We'll get something done.
Tonight. And he did stay until well into the evening when a kennel finally arrived to take those animals away.
It's nice that they're going to be out of the house, but I don't know. I'd like to see them go to a good home.
Like to see them go to a good home. Why isn't this story about the fact that these people were over-the-top dog lovers, yet zip-tied their daughter and put her in a dog cage? How does that work? Oh, I know. It's right in line with dog lover rhetoric. That's cult-like. That's cult behavior. And it's right in line with their rhetoric. Of course that's what you did. Of course that's what you did. Y'all brag about that stuff all the time.
Not to a shelter, so I don't know. Makes me feel bad in a way.
All of those dogs are being taken to a kennel tonight. We have more information on that with this story on WPXI.
Okay, so the poor doggies. What the poor, and they're only talking about the fact that the dogs were there at that house and there was nobody there to feed them. But this guy was feeding them. So why is this even a story? Why is this a story? It's not a story. It's not like they left the dogs there and the dogs starved, became emaciated. Then by the time you found them, they were emaciated and barely moving. Then I could sort of understand, okay, kind of newsworthy. The owners were arrested and went to jail. The dogs barely made it. Oh, we found these dogs emaciated. They barely made it. That's kind of a story. These dogs were being fed. What are you telling us about this for? This ain't news. It's nuttery. Welcome back to the wacky world of nuttery. Okay, how is my screen looking? Yes, you should see this article or this report of these mutants found inside of this home. They just run the fact that they zip-tied their daughter right past you. Now, maybe that was the intent. Maybe they covered what happened to what they did to their daughter in a whole different segment. But wow, I wouldn't separate those stories because it's too disrespectful to the zip tying of the daughter and throwing her inside of a dog cage. Lord, it just doesn't stop with these sick, almost satanic rituals. You remember the woman, the mother, who was doing things with her dog? It's believed that she was caught in the act by her own offspring, and she hung them and let them hang as she continued to live and do her thing with the dogs. Why does being a nutter always have to coincide with this sick hatred of young people? Y'all telling me this is not troubling? That this is not something we should concern ourselves with? Ridiculous. And it's scary. You know what's scary about this dog culture? It proves how humans can be taught to do anything. You can brainwash us to do anything as long as you condition us to believe that it's normal, that it's just what you do. And it's just what normal people do. I mean, they've conditioned people to risk their life for nothing, risk their family's life for nothing, every day of their life for absolutely no benefit, and to believe that they're actually benefiting from wasting resources on this thing that's threatening their very life every single day. You can't get no more backwards than that. And they've actually managed to do this. That's very scary. But as long as you get people to do certain things, even engaged in a lifestyle that's against their own best interest, I mean, it literally and overtly goes against their safety and well-being. This is the craziest thing in the world. Dog culture is truly the most bananas. Anybody trying to treat this platform or our subject matter like it's some type of hole in the wall subject matter, yeah, who you kidding? And dog lovers follow because they know that they're head cases. They know that their culture is completely insane, and they just want to watch everybody wake up to that fact. No longer duped by dog propaganda. Okay. So anything is acceptable as long as you teach the people and actually get them involved in the ceremonies or the rituals from childhood. No matter how crazy it is, even if the creature stinks, no matter how hideous and repulsive the creature is, you can condition them to treat them better than their own lover. To kiss, hug, exchange fluids, and all of that. It can be an unsightly, literal mutant that stinks, that's annoying, and all of that. They'll think they won't be able to live without it. Very scary. And it shows how you can use people's intelligence against them. Fascinating stuff. Now, this is one of the rituals. This is an example of one of the rituals that they participate in as babies, toddlers, prepubescent children. When your parents are involved in stuff like this and they bring you up in it, of course you're going to be a nutter. It's going to take something real crazy for you not to be a dog lover. I mean, look at these things. They look brainless and dumb. They're not even pleasant to look at. And you can condition people to want to stare at them all day, every day.
Going on at Lake Eola. 11 different organizations coming together for the 30th anniversary of...
Look. And they will just sit there and stare at them. Put their stupid face inches away from the hideous monster's face and just stare at them.
Paws in the Park.
But the very first one 30 years ago, I participated in. I had rescued a greyhound and decided to walk her. I've already walked through, and there's so many.
And they never grow out of it. They never snap out of it. It's not like they grow old and wise and snap out of it. No, they continue to risk their life for nothing. No benefit at all. Just to basically disgrace the quality of their own existence. Like, why? Life is far much more enjoyable without these things.
Many rescues here. There's dogs for adoption too.
A saliva-covered this is disgusting.
Dogs for adoption today.
That's disgusting. Okay? But people have been brainwashed to love it.
From free pet care to toys to food for cats, dogs, and humans, the event raises awareness about the importance of animal shelters across Central Florida.
We're expecting well north.
Now, did y'all just see that? They're supposed to be, see, the cameraman is out here at this festival or event to make another news segment. So he's walking around with the camera, and they want to get positive images and videos. But they put the camera on this dog, and it was in a complete rage, a bloodthirsty tirade.
We're expecting.
So what they did was muffle the dog's barks. You know, turn the volume down on the barking and turn the narrator's voice up. But you can see that dog is in a completely uncontrolled rage.
Awareness about the importance of animal shelters across Central Florida.
We're expecting.
Look at it. Look how unstable they are. All the shaking and quivering. They get so infuriated, they start shaking and stuff.
Central Florida.
We're expecting.
Look at that. This is why they get put on medication. Because their behavior is such. They make you feel like they should be on medication. Look at that. Look at the barking along with the mouth and jaw quivering. Nobody has done anything to this thing other than feed it, give it free food and water. There's no reason for this thing to be in a rage but this is normal for dogs. Normal for dogs, abnormal for everything else. What's wrong with this thing? What a deranged creature. all that quivering and shaking. Nobody's done nothing to this thing, and we all know that. Pushing these afflicted, deranged creatures off as normal. Oh, they're so loving. This is the ritual. All these little
Central
deceptive
Florida.
tactics.
About the importance of animal shelters across Central Florida.
We're expecting well north of 12 to 15,000 people and probably about 4,000 dogs.
All of them plumb out of their mind. Just brainwashed. There's listen, simply put, there's nothing pleasant about these things. Nothing at all. I'm saying that as a matter of fact. Nothing pleasant about them at all. But y'all head over heels in love with them. You see, this is extreme obsession over a creature, an animal. The only way to respond to that, it's going to have to be an extreme response. These things definitely shouldn't be here. So, of course, suggesting that you remove them, people are going to view as extreme. Well, you can view it as that way if you want. The fact is, that's the only thing that makes sense. So an extreme criticism of dog culture is justified because dog culture is extreme. You can't have a subtle response.
To come out and enjoy all the festivities and activities.
And on stage, we got pups of all sizes putting their best paw forward to impress the judge.
And you see how there's nothing funny about the dogs at all, so they have to put clothes on them. The humans have to do everything. You notice how the people playing music, they're organizing these little festivals and events and stuff in costumes. You know, they putting on costumes. The dogs do absolutely nothing. Nothing pleasant about them at all. You, the people, you're doing everything, literally everything. They even talk for these things. More evidence how worthless and pathetic they are. Dog culture itself is pathetic. Trying to push this idea that these things actually do something beneficial for us when they don't do nothing but leech, beg, and attack, defecate, intoxicate, pollute.
We got pups of all sizes putting their best paw forward to impress.
You got to dress these things up in clothes. That's pathetic. Pathetic. That's how worthless they are.
To impress the judges during the costume contest.
They're not even impressive to watch them move or walk. People find pleasure watching cats move and play and walk and do things. There's nothing enjoyable or pleasant about dogs. Nothing at all. Even when they play. Now, it's kind of fascinating watching cats play, especially if you got a laser pointer. But dogs, they just always look dumb and unpleasant.
Very comfortable.
This is a huge event.
Look at this dumb looking thing. I don't want to watch these dumb looking things swimming. Y'all push these videos like as if they look more pleasant when they're in the water swimming. No, they don't. It's like dumb creatures swimming.
We got some nice weather going on today, huh?
Let me tell you, I wore my jacket this morning, but it's jacket off time right now without the storms.
At the event, pet lovers also have a chance to adopt their own fur baby.
Okay, and all they're pushing is dogs. The only thing they've shown is a photo of a cat. Ain't that extreme when you're talking about pets? Look at how many pets people have available to them. Y'all don't hold events and festivals like this for no other pet. Why y'all so hyper-focused on these so-called pets? The creatures, by the way, that attack all other pets on sight. The only so-called pets that attack us the way they do, send several people to the grave. Y'all the most, no. The thing is, they require the most promotion because they are the worst. They're the worst, most despicable, unpleasant of all creatures. That's why they get the most promotion, because they need it.
We have a lot of really great candidates here that definitely deserve a home just as much as, say, like a puppy.
They don't deserve a home. No, they don't. They don't deserve nothing. They don't deserve nothing, especially not from us. We're the last creatures that they need to expect something from. As much as we've given to them and wasted on them to only get what in return? What do we have to show from the existence of dogs? Tangible, real. What do we have to show? Nothing. Other than a loss of resources, a loss of funds, a loss of property, injuries, and tombstones. Contaminated air and water. What am I missing? What am I leaving out?
Let me tell you, if you're not ready to commit to adopting a pet just yet, there are many other options you can use.
People kill me. These dog lovers, y'all see those comments where they come across my channel for the first time and they ask, is this real? You can't be serious. One of them said, oh, I hope we never cross paths. Oh, is this serious? I guess there's a channel for everybody. Yeah. Y'all can make these little funny statements, but y'all don't want to have a real discussion. You don't want to have a serious, honest discussion about these things. Yeah, I'm dead serious. And I mean every bit of extreme thing that I say, and none of it is extreme. It's all practical, and it's a real solution to the problems.
Is to get involved and support animal shelters in our area, including
No, thank
fostering
you.
and
No, thank you. I don't want to support dog shelters, because that's actually what they are. They're not animal shelters. They're dog shelters for these worthless mutts. That's abnormal obsession. Okay? Snap out of it. Snap out of it. These things are despicable. We even see that from the behavior of dog lovers. Huh? Don't we? This was uploaded 2 days ago. You see that? This happens all the time. You need an example? Look at dog lovers. They're always getting rid of these things.
5 animal lovers.
What do you think the shelter is for? Because they get rid of them so much. Yeah, you need a whole lot of promotion for something that people always getting rid of.
5 animal lovers are calling it an act of cruelty. Surveillance cameras captured video of a 2-year-old pit bull mix being abandoned in Tampa.
Act of cruelty? No, he didn't hurt it. And really, you know, leaving a dog tied up somewhere, what's cruel about that? It can't run out into the street. They know it. The country is full of dog lovers, and people gonna help it. That's why they do that. They call anything cruelty.
Cameras captured video of a 2-year-old pit bull mix being abandoned in Tampa near the corner of MacDill and Azeel. Sadly, this sort of thing happens far too often. Fox 13's Evan Axelbank is live.
Look at how dumb they look. No brain. No brain. That's what that looks like to me. Like if you were to snatch the brain out of a living organism and it maintained consciousness, that's what it looked like with no brain. Help me. Yeah, that's the look of brainlessness right there. It looks like something that would attack the entities that put food in its mouth every day. of its worthless life. Yeah, that's what a creature like that would look like, wouldn't it? So it looks so brainless that the head, the skull looked caved in. Right, hence the missing brain.
Near the corner of MacDill and Azeel. Sadly, this sort of thing happens far too often. Fox 13's Evan Axelbank.
Sadly, ain't nothing sad about that.
They're now with the story. Evan, this is not only troubling and just mean and wrong, it's...
No, what's mean and wrong is feeding these things. This man tried to liberate himself. He did liberate himself, getting rid of the thing. You calling this man evil because he didn't want to feed it? Stop it. Dogs are, especially this type of dog, dogs are annoying and they're difficult to love. They're difficult to like. You have to struggle to be a dog lover.
So against the law, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's against the law. So of course you can't do that. So I'm not suggesting that people tie up dogs and leave them out. And of course not. That's obviously the wrong thing to do. If you're going to do anything, wait till they're open and take it inside. But I'm saying, cruelty? Mean? Like, what are you talking about? If the dog is tied up somewhere where nobody can get to it, and it's tied up, what's with all the evil accusations? Oh, the mean old evil person didn't want it anymore.
Right.
Yeah, it is, Linda. Cameras captured the owner of the dog just letting the dog out of its car and then driving away here. The dog is now at the Humane Society with a new name and a new shot at life.
A new shot at life. A new shot at leeching and being a beggar, a worthless trash organism that do nothing but beg and attack and beg for food.
Video from Dr. Jeffrey Quitko's parking lot shows a car drive up at about 7:45 Wednesday morning. The driver gets out, leaves the dog, then just leaves.
By the time I came out, the car was gone.
Look at the dog sniffing around for
Janine
food.
just drove up and she said she saw a dog walking down MacDill. So I said, well, let's go find the dog.
The dog made it about a block, but it took an hour for Dr. Quitko and co-worker Janine Ibrahim to make the unwanted feel wanted again.
I felt awful. I mean, that's just an awful thing to do to an animal.
Shut up. They are unwanted. That's why shelters are overflowing with them. They're unwanted. That's why all the people who love them gotta go overboard with it, because it's all an act. They all go overboard with the nuttery. In order to love them, you got to show an abnormal type of love. Act like you plumb out of your mind obsessed with them. What's wrong with this goofy looking thing? Like it's smiling. Does it look like it's smiling? They're raggedy looking mutants.
To make the unwanted feel wanted again.
Of course it's unwanted. Look at it. A dumb looking thing. Look at it. Why would you want something like that?
Feel wanted again.
I felt awful. I mean, that's just an awful thing to do to an animal.
My faith in humanity is getting less and less every day when you see stuff like that.
Stop being ridiculous. If you get rid of your dog and you never acquire another one, bless your heart. You get the utmost accolades and praise from me. In fact, I'd like to speak to you. Anybody who's a dog lover decides to go against that lifestyle, you're the cream of the crop when it comes to being a civilized, sane, humane individual. Don't let these people try to demonize you for not wanting to take care of these turd-faced, mooching, leeching, worthless mutants.
To an animal.
My faith in humanity is getting less and less every day when you see stuff like that.
The two drove the 60-pound pit bull mix to the Humane Society, where Thursday, Goldie, named for her eye color, is getting what she deserves.
Look at how dumb the thing looks. Like, wow. It's overwhelming how brainless it looks. And it's so believable that they are as brainless as they are looking at them. It looks difficult to even think to draw something that looks that dumb. The eyes look like they move in different directions by themselves. They always looking around as if they always worried. It's because they are worried. They are always worried. That's what I hate about these things. They always think that there's somebody around that want to attack them because that's how they think. They always want to attack randomly, attack for no reason, attack just to dominate. So the dumb trash mutants are always thinking that there's somebody else out there, some human is just going to haul off and bash them across the head. That's pathetic. And these things look dumb. There ain't nothing pleasant about looking at something that looked that unsightly and dumb. They look brainless for no reason. Wrinkles for no reason, just because it got excess skin. Ain't nothing beautiful or handsome or attractive about that. Shout out to all my elderly people and myself, because I will be old one day. I'm going to have wrinkles. I'm going to be proud of them, but I'm going to be fully aware I'm no longer that handsome man I used to be. Old women grow old and they are willing to admit I'm not the beautiful woman I used to be. We all accept that skin just wrinkling up is not a sightly, aesthetically pleasing sight. Okay, I can argue that these things are even unsightly. Let's move on. Past this, and this is a legendarily dumb looking face. A record-setting dumb looking appearance. Huh?
Thursday, Goldie, named for her eye color, is getting what she deserves.
You need to call it dummy for its face appearance.
For her eye color is getting what she deserves.
It felt really good because we could give this dog
call it turd for its turd face.
New purpose.
The Humane Society is seeing a spike in the number of dogs that are either being illegally abandoned or surrendered by
y'all still don't believe me? Look at that. Ain't nothing pleasant about this thing's face. It looked like a whole bunch of different things, and they all bad. They all negative. Dog lovers, why do y'all enjoy looking at these things? What in the world? Just dumb. And constantly looking for food. That's the only reason they look at people. That's the only reason they look around, they move. It's all food. Looking for food. They go in a different environment, they think they about to get killed because they're that worthless and trashy and inhumane.
Illegally abandoned or surrendered by families. Also on Thursday, someone driving along I-275 saw these two trapped in an aqueduct.
But look how hungry they are.
They're half their ideal.
They're always hungry. Oh, they're emaciated. They're half their normal size. That can happen in a half a day with these parasite-infested mutts. Don't fall for that rhetoric. Every time they find, I've talked about this several times, every time they find a dog that's a little emaciated, they assume somebody purposefully tried to starve. It's ridiculous.
Wait, and one of them can't even stand.
I can't imagine to be that insensitive.
See how they always assume somebody deliberately starved them? Might have lost them. Anything could have happened. Why do y'all always assume the worst in people? And project dogs as if they're angels when they do overtly evil things. Talk about backwards. I'm telling y'all, this is the era of Aleister Crowley. He has brought in backwardness. And here it is.
Pets that you've had that you think it's okay to do that. It is never, ever okay to do that.
The Humane Society suspects Goldie's owner let her go because she was being used as a breeder and was no longer wanted. She's in good health and will be adoptable soon.
Look at that. Dumb dog. The only reason it ain't launched an attack and latched on anybody because it's expecting food to pop out from somewhere. It's too hyper. That's the only thing to keep these things from attacking y'all goofy behinds. You're willing to give it what it's so obsessed with. Food. Look at that hideous, evil-looking mutant. There should be no fans of these things, especially when you consider their daily track record. Oh, I know you pit nutters, y'all hate that. I'm not talking about something that they did in the past that they're no longer doing today. I'm talking about behavior they put on display every single day as I speak. Got no defense of these things.
And was no longer wanted. She's in good health and will be adoptable soon.
It ain't wanted now.
Dr. Quitko is speaking out in hopes of stopping anyone else from doing this.
Somebody else gonna get rid of the worthless mutt. Because not even dog lovers love them. There are plenty of homes out here. Dog lovers don't even want these things. They're unwanted. Deal with it. Stop trying to tell us something we clearly see ain't true. They're unwanted.
And that's
some. Telling me they make up a tiny percent of the dog population, yet they overflow in the shelters? They're unwanted.
One will recognize this car.
Dropping it off in the middle of the street, the dog's taking its chances.
It's really
the dog's taking its chances. Dog ain't taking no chances. Now the person who dropped it off is taking a chance of getting somebody hurt. You don't leave no dog out nowhere. Okay? Even if it's isolated, it's dangerous. Because somebody could just walk up to it. Somebody's kid or something, just walk up to it. Y'all shouldn't have them in the first place. And we wouldn't have to sit here talking about where you need to dispose of them at. Shouldn't even be having this conversation.
Sweet dog. Really, really scared. Really sweet, tender, and loving.
Really sweet, tender, and loving? No, it's not. It ain't nothing. It's sweet and tender. What are you talking about? Prove that it's tender. What are these goofy words and descriptions? What are you talking about? Goofy, a tender dog? What's a tender dog, ma'am? That sounds like some funny language. I want to ask where that's coming from.
Dog. Really, really scared.
Really scared? What are you talking about? It's not scared. What you talking about? It's just dumb, looking dumb and unsightly. That's all it is.
Really, really scared. Really sweet, tender, and loving.
Now, the penalty for abandoning an animal in the state of Florida is a $5,000 fine and a potential of jail.
Oh, man, it's against the law on top of that. What are you thinking? People out there just abandoning and leaving these mutts out. What in the world? You know what? I think a lot of people don't even know that it's illegal. A lot of people don't know. So there you go. Nothing else you could take from this video, dog lovers. If you're in Florida, at least, it's illegal. Don't do this. You shouldn't do it anywhere. Like I said, you shouldn't be in possession of the thing.
The head of the Humane Society says it should be more severe than that. Right now, the Animal Care and Control of Hillsborough County is handling this one. Linda, back to you.
Stop.
And you got to wonder, Evan, if you can just maliciously drop off a dog like that, how you treat the rest of your family.
Listen to this filth. Yeah, I'm not going to treat my family the same way I would treat a dog. It's a shame anybody has to tell you that. Boy, the nuttery, it just don't stop. Now, doesn't this really display how much money is behind dogs? Do y'all think they would show my YouTube channel on their media outlet, their big screen like this? Look at that. And what is this? What are you doing here? Talk about promotion. Dogs get top of the line promotion.
And to beat our pet of the weekend, take a look at Amada, a 4-year-old pit bull terrier. She's beautiful. She is.
No, it's not beautiful. It looked like a deranged turd. A turd with a tongue and eyes. Yuck face, vomit face, turd face, mutant, unsightly, spit-covered nozzle face. That's disgusting, wrinkled, goofy-looking mutant. I beg to differ.
The fun things about Amada is how snuggly she is. She will hop right onto your lap and be the cutest weighted blanket.
Be the stinkingest, nastiest, saliva, excrement all over your clothes now. Don't do that. Don't allow no mutt to touch you.
She might be a bit shy at first, but pretty soon she'll blossom into one of the sweetest dogs you'll ever meet. Amada's practicing hard on her...
You big dummy. You big dummy. And look at how they're just doing this for nothing. Risking their life and well-being for nothing. Ruining their health for nothing. Do y'all think this woman can physically control this dog? Think if this dog wanted to tee off on somebody, maybe delete somebody's youngins, you think she'd be able to effectively control this dog? Of course not. Of course not. She gonna get snatched clean off her feet. Face gonna smack against the pavement. She might fall unconscious. Even if she don't fall unconscious, she gonna take a few minutes to get back to her feet. Then she gonna run over there to the attack that's underway and probably be scared to even touch. Oh, stop. Stop. That's all they do. Let's talk about that. Y'all on video everywhere. They'll run up. Sometimes they'll be too scared to intervene. No. Y'all remember the one lady went across the street. I'm going to watch from over here. Stop, no boy. And if they try to intervene, they're going to fail. They're going to fail. Might even start getting attacked themselves. Shouldn't have this discussion, man.
Dogs you'll ever meet. Amada's practicing hard on her training cues, and she's very sweet, and she's very motivated to...
This ain't impressive. This is dumb. This is dumb. Dumb. Pointless and dumb. And really savage and primitive, nasty. But definitely dumb. Again, no different from a lion. That thing can sever your arteries, chop your head off, bite clean through your bone. You dumb. Just like you would be if that were a lion.
And she's very motivated to learn her new tricks. Plus, she'll make the
Y'all see that? Let's back that up. Let's back that up. Y'all see that?
Learn her new trick.
Y'all see how scared she got just then? When that dog shook like that, did y'all see her jump like that? Go full screen. Y'all see that jump? Let's kill the volume. You saw that? She immediately tried to play it off. But as soon as that thing started to shake, it scared her. I guess the dog was making her feel relaxed. You know how they say dogs do that? Rub on them. Well, she wasn't relaxed then. That's so telling. That is so telling. I said before that these people are actually terrified of these things. Many of them, many of these dog lovers, they're terrified of these things. And they're just having fun, getting off on, I don't know, being spared by the dog because of their love and affection. All right, let's continue. This lady up here getting scared, and they're trying to promote this thing. Up here getting scared of it on camera.
Motivated to learn her new tricks.
Goofball.
What? She'll make the perfect hiking buddy. So make her a part of your forever home today.
How crazy do they sound right now? Make her part of your forever home. They're sitting up here trembling and shaking and jumping, scared of getting yanked around. Get out of here. But again, you can brainwash people to do anything.
A beautiful dog. Amada and all the other pets.
Thing ain't beautiful. Looks disgusting. All that tail wagging, that looks disgusting. Knowing what it's doing.
Today.
She's a beautiful dog. Amada and all
What's the point in doing that? Now, y'all know, like I said, look it up. When they wag their tail, they activate scent glands inside their anus that releases odor from their anus. And they swing their tail from side to side to spread the scent. But why are they spreading that much scent? We see them wagging their tail like that nonstop all the time.
So make her a part
What's
of
the
your
point?
forever home today.
She's a beautiful dog. Amada and all the other pets over 6 months
What?
can be adopted.
Why? Why spread that scent nonstop? It's disgusting. Ugh. These things actually, when you really reflect on them, they make you want to throw up. They make you nauseous. Oh, yes. And it feels good because, you know, people are always speaking highly of these things, and it's so unrealistic.
Opted for just $14 during Pasadena Humane's.
Shut up. Shut up, Nutters. Shut up. The world is, we're tired of y'all. Us anti-dog people over here, we're tired of your nonsense, your lies. Go ahead and call me satire. I don't care. I don't care. You tune in, you get a few laughs. You know we telling the truth, so shut up. Now listen to this. Another recent story. This surfaced 5 hours ago, at least on this media outlet. An attack took place in Veneta. People, where's Veneta? Where's Veneta? I don't know. Okay. Google doesn't know. So if you know, please let us know.
It started as a family birthday gathering, turned into a nightmare for a Veneta family.
A 5-year-old girl was bitten in the face by her grandfather's Great Dane.
Veneta, Great Dane, bully breed. Okay, now, I assume we're about to hear about how she pulled its ear, according to the experts, right? Y'all in here, behaviorists? I suppose we're about to hear about how she yanked on the dog's tail and stole his toy, right? Of course we are. Where else are y'all getting that information?
Bitten in the face by her grandfather's Great Dane. Bristol Black was about to eat at a Eugene restaurant before heading to the Oregon Ducks basketball game. As the food was being served, the beloved family dog suddenly snapped.
Didn't realize how bad it was until she looked up at me and started screaming.
Now, they did not have to use the word beloved just then. They really didn't. It was inappropriate. So unnecessary. And that's why they chose to do it. Now, I might have to edit this as we watch it because I don't want to show the youngster here.
Screaming.
It was exciting to be in the ambulance.
She said, I was excited to be in the ambulance.
Doctors were really nice.
The doctors were, So they gave her a line to remember and to say. Why would they do that? And you can tell they coached her and trained her to say that.
It was exciting to be in the ambulance. The doctors were really nice.
Okay. They trained her to say that. Now, why do y'all think they would do that? To protect the dog. They want to make sure she does not blurt out anything anti-dog. So they gave her a few lines to remember. That's pathetic. A creature that's just so loving and likable, you wouldn't have to do that. But even after the attack, they're coaching the victim to protect the dog. Basically what they're doing. Can't make this up. Let's finish.
In the ambulance, the doctors were really nice.
Coming up tonight on KEZI 9 News at 6 o'clock, we'll hear from animal welfare officers about what this means for the Great Dane. We'll also have a closer look at Bristol's recovery and her inspiring, optimistic attitude.
Inspiring, optimistic attitude? No, thank you. I want to know no nonsense like that. Why are you even telling us this? Are you media outlets, everyone? Why are y'all telling us this if you're not also talking about how to stop it? What's the point in sharing stories like this if you're not also talking about how to stop it? And when we talk about stopping it, don't talk to me about responsible dog ownership. It's well established that people cannot control these things. We're not talking about a ban. We're not talking about nothing. But I'm tired of hearing these stories because you could tell at this point they're just doing it because, just for attention, just for clicks. They don't care about human life. And that's basically where we're at right now. That's all this boils down to. That's dog culture in a nutshell. It's a way for people to express their lack of value for human life. That's in a nutshell what dog culture is. Very much so, man. Very much so. Oh, definitely can't show that. I don't know why on this story. I'd like to show it, talk about it. I know some people talked about this case with the 7-year-old, but for whatever reason, they're showing images of her unedited. The kid is injured, so I'm not going to show that. But I wanted to show some respect to this story because it's a recent story, and it's making the rounds. So bear with me.
Tonight, we are hearing from the family of a 7-year-old St. Paul girl who was attacked by dogs yesterday. She'd just gotten off the school bus and was walking home.
This happened on Van Buren Avenue near Dale Street.
Oh, there you go, behaviors. All right. Huh? There you go. Now, where y'all getting this information? Okay, I've been telling you, and I'm sticking to my word. Every night I'm getting on here, I'm providing more and more evidence as time goes on. Where y'all at? Don't nobody provoke these things. All attacks are unprovoked. And they attack kids most often because they view them as prey, more so than they view adults as prey. That makes sense, don't it? Lord.
In the city's Frogtown neighborhood, Pafua Yang joins us now. And Pafua, this little girl still recovering tonight.
Yeah, Lindsay and Kevin. Well, police say that the dogs are still out there, most likely with their owner. Family and neighbors I talked to say they're outraged by this attack. We're told the family had just moved to the United States about 5 months ago, and today they're calling for justice.
She's not really fully aware. She just doesn't want to go to school. She doesn't want to leave the house.
7-year-old Sumaya Farah snuggled in her father's arms while recovering from a harrowing attack.
Now, sorry I have to not show her face. Sometimes the family of the people, they see these videos. I'm doing that because YouTube has a policy not to show kids on your videos. They'll disable your comment section. I think they can even take your video down.
Attacked by a group of dogs.
The dogs had got her on the face, on her nose, the side of her face, her ears, the other side of her face, her thigh.
Sumaya's brother says she had just...
Oh, my goodness. That's what I'm saying, man. We should not be having a discussion about a 7-year-old getting their face slashed up. Are you insane? Now, if you're going to have discussion about that, you better also talk about how we can't do nothing to stop it. And if I find out you're actually setting these scenarios up, I got to question your sanity. Dog culture represents insanity in the human species. Any professor out there, I don't care what you are, you want to disagree, argue that, let's hear it. I argue that too. Dog culture represents a mental illness in human beings. Where y'all at, man? I know some people want to bring some attention to their websites or their vlogs, their little books or something. We can dance.
Gotten off a school bus and was walking through the neighborhood with her mom.
Oh no, she couldn't have been doing that. She had to have been doing something, pulling an ear, pulling a tail. Walking home? No. A dog would never. Oh, a dog would never.
Sumaya's brother says she had just gotten off a school bus and was walking through the neighborhood with her mom when the dogs, described as pit bulls, abruptly mauled her.
There was a guy who was in a car, so when he had stopped and he jumped out of the car, then they all started running.
You could see like these dogs they ripped up the ground.
John Elbert saw the aftermath and tells us it happened.
He said they ripped up the ground. How are you supposed to contain something that can rip up the ground? Think about that.
In his front yard.
I actually looked at the little girl and saw all the blood on her face and on her eye.
Albert and the family don't believe this is the first time the group of dogs have caused problems.
The day before this, them dogs were actually trying to kill the neighbor dog, and they had it and they were pulling it through the fence.
Police say the dogs and their owner are still on the loose and that they have been canvassing the area.
This is what I'm saying. This is so insane. Look at that sign. Now, in a neighborhood where kids play, do y'all think it's smart to also have deadly predators in the same environment? Dog culture is so ridiculous and insane. Okay.
The dogs and their owner are still on the loose and that they have been canvassing the area.
There's been rumors of a neighbor that has dogs similar to this. Our investigators are looking into that. We need to vet that information and try to determine if it's involved, if it's not.
The family is calling for justice, saying the trauma won't just leave physical scars, but emotional ones too.
So we want those dogs caught because these kids they don't feel safe.
All of them, not just the ones that did that. All of them. Looks like African family, maybe Somali, Ethiopia. Good luck to them. I'll keep up with that story. A lot of stories, man, that's still developing. I heard they arrested the grandson or the in-law whose dogs, the rapper, whose dogs mauled his, grandmother-in-law or something like that? Yeah, I guess he's been arrested. I guess he has been arrested. What is this? Bear with me here. I don't even know what this is. A race? What am I watching this for?
The police are asking for the public's help to identify a suspect after a woman suffered life-altering injuries in a dog attack.
Oh, no, this is that lady. Another, I think, she's another immigrant lady over here. Listen, all the people coming over for y'all better get hip to dog culture. I don't know where y'all coming from. Them dogs in y'all's country, I don't know what kind of relationship y'all got with them. You better be aware of dogs you come over here. There's another country. All right, you'll get eaten up.
Rexdale. It happened on Wednesday night near Martin Grove and John Garland Boulevard. Police say the victim was waiting at a bus.
Look at all the victims we've seen so far. What has it been? Nothing but women and children. And this still doesn't light a fire under any group of men. There ain't no group of men or women. Nobody cares. Okay.
Stopped when 2 unleashed dogs attacked her, dragging her to the ground. Police say a witness then saw the dogs try.
Look at this thing. Look at it. They go in a complete lethal, deadly rage for nothing. I mean, let's just reflect on how crazy they get for nothing. Just seeing you. These things are unreasonable.
And attacked 3 other people in the area.
So I go down on the ground and the dogs still attacking me. While I was on the ground, they still attacking me. So one, they jump in my chest and then down I go. I'm there and one on my arm biting and the other one at my head.
Are these the injuries you sustained from the bites?
These are the
one at my arm and one on my head. You imagine getting scalped and one on your arm? That's ridiculous.
Injuries that I sustained from the bite, and I have a couple of scratches on my other arm.
So you took stitches to your face, you were telling me?
I have stitches here. I have 12 stitches here, but I don't know how many I have in my arm here.
As a resident, as a neighbor, you do see what's going on in your own neighborhood. You can definitely contact for animal complaints. That's for 211. If it is, more of an aggressive, more of a life-threatening issue, then yes, that is police, and that is something that we can deal with. But be proactive, and if you see something that someone always has zero control over their pets, then that is something that, we or the city should be aware of.
No, what you should be aware of is the laws in your state. Check the laws in your state in regard to how you can handle a dog attack. In my state, we are allowed to use a firearm. And listen, man, these things are such a threat. We've heard stories of bullets not even working. At least not one of them. Like, what are we even talking about? Something that will continue its attack even after you've shot it with a gun? You're telling me these are pets? Kid-friendly pets? And they promote these things as the best friends. Unreal. That's extreme. That's extreme. Everything I went over is extreme. Everything about dog culture is extreme. It's already extreme. So any solution is going to be extreme as well. If it's not, then it's not a solution. And that's what they offer. Oh, we need more awareness, education, and all this type of stuff. Oh, look for the signs. Look for the ears. Or before they attack, they'll do a song and dance. Wouldn't it help their case if they could, as time goes along, show examples where it actually happened? Where are the reports? Monday night reports of the guy, of the girl who saw the signs and leapt in, because that's a hero story. The media loves hero stories. That's a hero story. You see the signs of a dog bares its teeth. You leap through the air and tackle the dog, right? And save the victim. Maybe you save your grandma. You don't hear no stories like that. The only thing you hear is unprovoked attacks. The exact same thing that they claim never happens. You so-called experts, y'all gonna have to explain this rhetoric that y'all put out here. You want to put this misinformation out here and act like you didn't say nothing. You want to keep your mouth closed when you get called on it. No, y'all gonna have to change your rhetoric. Simple as that. Shout out to everybody able to join me for this late night live stream. And I hope to have you back on the next as we continue with this crusade.